I mean, think about this. College athletes are making more money a year than some NASCAR drivers.
Oh, it's insane.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Brad, and with me, as always, is John, and this is Race Car Spelled Backwards, episode 110. What's up, man?
Congratulations. We've got a whole special episode planned.
Do we really?
I mean,
it
feels like a special.
We don't have a lot to talk about. We have more to talk about.
Nothing really happened this week.
We literally have more to talk about on today's show than we have ever had to talk about in the history of this podcast.
I mean, this week has been like a podcaster's dream.
Yeah, I mean, and that's without even talking about the race.
Yeah.
I guess we should be thanking NASCAR. You know, this is another opportunity to break out the Thanks Denny sticker.
Oh man, when they announced that lawsuit, I was like, I'm so glad I have a Thanks Denny sticker.
I know. I went on. I think it was this weekend, or it might have been last week, right after the lawsuit was announced. I went on Sydney's designsbysydney.com to check out the Thanks Denny sticker, and I didn't see it, so I'm gonna have to get with Sydney because she really needs to get that sticker posted. Because there's a lot of people who are actually pro Denny Hamlin right now.
Yep. Thanks, Denny.
Who used to not be pro Denny Hamlin. So
oh man,
the Thanks Denny sticker would be very, very, very much important right now, right?
Yeah. Catching on.
I think it would take off.
Oh yeah.
Because I appreciate Denny Hamlin.
You should do different colors though, so I have like a special limited edition one.
So you're the only custom one?
Yeah.
So nobody else's?
So no one else's looks like mine. I've got the original.
Or you could sell you could have the sticker and then do a limited run of RCB editions.
RCB, yeah.
Yeah, the Race Car Spelled Backwards edition, Thanks Denny sticker.
Yeah, we do that.
John's edition.
Yes. It's my dream.
Your dream to have your own sticker?
It's a dream come true.
Hey, maybe you'll get a sticker one day. Me and Jamie, it only took like 70 episodes to get our own sticker. So
I've got like 50 to go.
Well, I mean, you just have to dress up like an idiot and walk around town. You know, that's really what it took for us to get a. So us two idiots dressed up like idiots, and then the two idiots went and walked around town.
Okay, so I mean, you were George Washington, and who's Jamie?
Benjamin Franklin. So everybody thought it was Alexander Hamilton.
I could see that because that's kind of what I was going to say, honestly. Yeah. But I mean, you're the old guy, so I'll be like Abe Lincoln.
Because we're older?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, you don't have a beard, though.
I could, find some pine straw.
Young Abe?
Young, honest Abe.
This is back when he was a teacher. Before he got into politics, he didn't have a beard. They required the beard to get into politics.
Yeah, just get some pine straw.
Tape it on. Yeah. I mean, you could grow a beard. You just don't.
Okay, I got to wait 50 episodes to grow it.
Yeah, just start now.
Yeah.
So long enough.
So by the time July 4th comes around next year, we'll be good.
So I wanted to say prayers are still go out to everybody who was affected by the hurricane Helene. Those of you in North Carolina, Tennessee, South Carolina, Georgia, Florida, we're still praying for you, still thinking about you. If you do want to help out, you can go to gabaptist.org, and they have a thing right when you go to their website, you'll see a disaster relief for Helene, a place to donate. But the cool thing about Georgia Baptist Association, 100% of what you donate goes to the families affected. So it's not like we're the Red Cross or anybody like that where they keep a large percentage of it. 100% of what you donate goes to help these families that need help. So it's gabaptist.org. and you can donate. And like I said, everything goes to help the families who were affected in Georgia by Helene. And to everybody in the path of Milton this week, man, we'll be praying for all of you in Florida. So,
Yep.
Tony, Zach, all you guys down there in Florida, I've already called and told them they're more than welcome to come to Georgia and hang out. I mean, they ain't sleep in the studio.
Yeah.
Got air conditioning.
Not too bad.
So, no, I mean, in all seriousness, everybody in the path of Milton, be safe, take care of yourself. We'll be praying for you here. So, also, let's go ahead and shout out to Sydney. We've kind of talked about the Thanks Sydney sticker. So, if you don't know, Designs by Sydney, she makes custom stickers, minimalist stickers like the ones seen right here. And she also does company logos, T-shirts, letterheads, pretty much any graphic design need that you have professionally or personally. Designs by Sydney, she has you covered. She makes, I've seen some people wearing her T-shirts. She's got some Denny Hamlin T-shirts. People sleeping in them. I saw a post this morning. She had retweeted. So
and some Thanks Denny T-shirts.
I think a Thanks Denny. A Jordan Hamlin T-shirt would be nice.
Jordan Hamlin 2024.
I'm all for it. So again, make sure you check out. It's designsbysydney.com. Professional, personal, whatever your graphic design needs you might have, or if you just want a custom Bills sticker, she's got you hooked up there. Go Bills. This month of October, if you use code CAR, C-A-R, 1024, that's C-A-R 1024 at checkout, you will get free shipping. And don't forget, after every race weekend, to make sure to vote on Sydney's which race was better poll. This weekend we had 3 races. We had the trucks, we had the Xfinity, and then we had the Cup. Believe it or not, overwhelmingly, the Cup Series got 100% of the votes this week.
No way.
Yeah, that's what I said too. So make sure you get out and vote on that. The more people that vote, the more accurate it is. A little light on votes this week. That's probably why it was 100% for the Cups. But
that's insane.
I don't know. I'm good with it. I voted for the Cup race on the poll this week. So I'm good with that choice. But like I said, don't forget to vote on Sydney's poll. She usually puts it out Sunday night, Monday morning. When you go vote on Jeff's poll, hop right over and vote on Sydney's poll too. So that's designs-by-sydney.com. The website address is somewhere right here around my hand. So check her out, Designs by Sydney. She'll take care of you. You ready?
Yeah. I think my problem with the Cup race getting 100% of the votes, I think my problem is the more I think about it, the more I realize, man, Sunday sucked.
You voted yes.
I know, on Monday morning.
So, but I think that's the right answer. You voted yes, it was a good race Monday morning. I voted no Monday morning. I had all night to think about it. Yes, it was the best next-gen Talladega race we've had.
That's a fact.
But compared to other Talladega races, it was horrible.
Yeah, and I even thought about that too before I told you what I was gonna vote. But I was like, it's next gen. It's not Gen 6. It's not Gen 5. It's next gen. So
yeah, I mean you can't go back. Well, you could.
You could.
I wish they would, but they won't.
Right.
So we need to start our own lawsuit. I mean, after Sunday, I want to sue NASCAR.
For real.
I wasted 4 hours of my day Sunday watching that disaster of an officiated race.
Whew.
Legit.
Call it a race.
Stevie Wonder could have done a better job calling a race. Guaranteed it.
Stevie Wonder and Ray Charles, a new NASCAR officiator.
Why not? I mean, equal opportunity.
Right. I mean,
let's
anyone
bring
can
in
do it.
Stevie Wonder and Ray Charles. Let them call a race. They couldn't do any worse than what we got Sunday.
That is true.
I guarantee you that.
That is true.
By far, it was the worst officiated race I've ever seen in my life. Probably in 76 years, I would say.
Yeah, I'd probably have to agree with you there.
So, before we jump into that,
here we go.
Let's just start with the elephant in the room. Let's just start with the big news that it was such big breaking news. Jeff and Jordan had to put out an emergency podcast midweek last week. NASCAR is being sued by 2311 and Front Row Motorsports.
Yeah. Woo!
They're suing them in an antitrust lawsuit accusing NASCAR of being a monopoly.
No kidding.
I mean,
Tell us something new.
does this shock anybody?
No.
I'll be honest. I had heard rumblings for probably a week or so that a lawsuit was coming, but
was it shocking?
I was shocked they did it. Yeah.
I wasn't. I mean,
It's taken 76 years for somebody to stand up to NASCAR.
Yes, and it's Denny and Jordan.
Yeah, I mean, I think they met their match. So the lawsuit alleges that NASCAR and CEO Jim France, he was specifically named, have used anti-competitive practices to prevent fair competition in the sport and are running a monopoly. They claim that NASCAR owns all the top racetracks in the country and that NASCAR has exclusive rights to these tracks. The teams cannot use the next-gen car that they pay for to compete in other racing series or in anything else that's not approved by NASCAR. They claim that NASCAR purchased the ARCA series, which was the only other competitive racing series around at the time. They also claim that NASCAR mandates who the teams have to buy their cars and parts from, while NASCAR maintains ownership of those cars.
Them parts, right? Like, they don't actually own the parts.
No, I don't think they actually own anything on the car.
I don't think they do either.
From what I understand, by listening to different podcasts and reading different articles on this whole deal, from my understanding is NASCAR owns the car. They basically pay $4 million a year per team to lease this car, and they can do nothing with it except what NASCAR allows them to do.
Yeah.
They're lucky they get to drive it.
Honestly.
I mean, at this point, it would be like me, I have a Honda Accord, and saying, you know what, Jamie? I'm going to let Jamie pay for my Honda Accord, right?
Yep.
You can drive it once a week.
That's it. That's all
that's it. I mean, that's the deal.
But you get to pay for it.
But you're going to pay for it. I'm going to send you a bill monthly. Probably double what it cost me.
Yeah.
That's essentially what they're doing.
Oh man, it's ridiculous.
There's also a thing in the new charter agreement that says you cannot sue NASCAR for antitrust practices. You can't disparage NASCAR.
I mean, makes you almost think NASCAR knew this was going to happen.
Obviously. Now they're playing with the big. This isn't 1976. This isn't 1956. This is 2024. The money that teams spend now is real money.
Yeah.
They spend more and more money every season on their teams, on their race teams, on their shops, on their cars, on their equipment, on everything. And the amount of money they make is less and less money.
Yep.
So how did we get to this lawsuit? 2 years of charter.
6.
Yeah, there's 2 years. They negotiated the charter deal for 2 years. On September 6th, NASCAR gave the teams a few hours to sign.
Like an 80-plus page document.
I like to call it a take it or leave it deal.
Oh, yeah.
Because according to other team owners, it was a take it or leave it deal. You had originally, we were told NASCAR gave them an hour to sign it. Sent the documents at 5 p.m., said you have till 6 p.m. to sign it or you lose your charter. Then NASCAR said, you know what? We'll give you to midnight or you lose your charter. So 13 out of 15 teams signed it. 2 teams held out.
23-11 in Front Row Motorsports.
And my heroes of those 2 teams proceeded to sue NASCAR.
Yep.
It's about time.
It really is. It is. I mean, like when it all first came out, you were seeing it. You'd see the comments of people kind of against it. Like, why would they do this? Like, what's the point? What's going to happen? But like my thing was, we have complained about NASCAR for decades. Why do you not want this to happen?
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you want to see improvements with NASCAR,
how are you against it?
This has to happen.
Yeah, like I don't know how you can be against it if you want NASCAR to get better.
We've complained about how much money these tracks and NASCAR make, and then you go to Talladega or you go to Atlanta. I mean, we were in the suites at Atlanta, and the ceiling is falling through. Like, there's watermarks all over the ceiling, missing tiles. I mean, it's just for what you pay, it shouldn't be that way.
Right.
Like,
especially with what they make.
That's what I'm getting at. Like, now NASCAR tracks are a little better. I've been to Daytona Motor Speed or International Speedway, whatever they call it. I've been to Daytona. I swear to you, Daytona's cleaner than any Buc-ee's I've ever been to in my whole life. And I've only been in one Buc-ee's because I hate Buc-ee's. It's just overwhelming. But it's better than peeing in the community bathroom at Atlanta Motor Speedway, which is, I mean, the equivalent of a prison bathroom.
I know. I do my absolute best to not go to the bathroom during a race at Atlanta. I mean,
you got to. I mean, unless you want to go in there with Big John, Bubba over there in the corner on, you got to pee. Go ahead.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
I've never been to prison, but I would imagine it's similar to a SMI bathroom.
Yeah.
Or a NASCAR bathroom. I don't know. But Michael Jordan says he loves the sport of racing and NASCAR, but the way the sport is run today is unfair to teams, drivers, sponsors, and fans. I mean, think about this. College athletes are making more money a year than some NASCAR drivers.
It's insane.
These are 18-year-old kids right out of high school.
Right, making more than professional NASCAR drivers.
And until I don't even think you can call them a professional athlete anymore, a NASCAR driver, because they don't get paid like one. I mean, you got NBA players making $300 million.
Yeah. You got little NASCAR guys over here, blue collar.
Yeah, it's like they could work at McDonald's or drive a race car. I know that's a stretch, but I mean, you know,
it's not too far.
We're not far off from hearing politicians go, well, I'm just a laid back person, come from a low income family. I used to race for NASCAR. And we're like, oh yeah, she definitely struggled.
Oh yeah. Ooh,
they struggled. That's middle class for sure. I mean, it's getting to the point where NASCAR drivers might not even be middle class. And then your sponsors, they're getting less bang for their buck. Yep. It's not like it was back in the day. I mean, back in the day, it was everywhere. Sponsors were fighting to get into NASCAR, and that's how it should be. It should be a bidding war.
Yeah.
I want to see sponsors fighting with each other to get into the series, to be on the side of a car. Now you got guys begging. And the biggest takeaway is the talent.
Yes.
If the teams made more money from NASCAR, they could pay the drivers more money. Then they could go out and hire drivers based on talent and not drivers based on daddy's money.
Like, you imagine this. All of our cars on the track are hired because of talent. Now you've got all of these guys who think they're the best, competing against each other. Isn't that what it should be?
I mean, with the parity we have now, I mean, we've had 18 winners this season. I think if we had more talented drivers on the track, you wouldn't have had the Daniel Suarez incident.
Yeah.
You would be able to hire drivers based on their skill set and not based on how much money they have behind them or how many sponsors they can bring to the table.
Yeah.
I mean, Josh Berry did it.
Yep.
Carson Quaffel's kind of doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, I know his dad's Travis Quaffel, but, you know, he's still
a great driver.
Yeah, he don't have Brandon Jones kind of money, but you know, and that's another Brandon Jones. He's flip flop team to team to team. It don't even matter where he goes. Anybody will hire him because he has the money to pay for the car.
Yeah,
they don't need big sponsorship dollars to keep going on with it. So
they just need daddy's check.
Exactly. They're like, oh, you got daddy money. Come on in. How much more money does your daddy have? And in Brandon Jones' case, it must be a lot of money because that boy tears up some cars.
For real.
I mean, he took out his own teammate at Talladega this weekend.
I mean,
you can't push that hard, Brandon. I don't know how many cars you have to wreck at Talladega or Daytona to figure it out, but I know it's more than what you've already done. But I mean, seriously, think about it. If teams could hire drivers based on talent, unfortunately, I think half our field would be replaced.
Probably.
If not more.
Yeah. I mean, what? Like, you know, I'd say the Gibbs guys, the Penske guys, the Hendricks guys.
I don't know. I really don't know how talented all these guys are because the majority of them bring money to the team. I mean, look, Chase Elliott don't have to win a race the rest of his life.
No.
And he will have a job at HMS.
That's a fact.
He's the most popular driver. That brings sponsorship. That brings money.
Yeah.
Now, take all that out of the equation.
I don't know. I would keep Larson.
Well, you got.
I'd keep Bowman. I would keep Byron. I probably want to keep Chase. If I'm making my dream team, I'm probably not keeping Chase. Blaney, Logano, Cindric, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about Cindric either.
I'd keep Denny. Truex is leaving. I think it's about his time anyway. I definitely want to keep Ty Gibbs.
Well, Ty Gibbs got grandpa.
Yeah.
He ain't got to have the money because his granddaddy owns the team. But
right.
It would change the air conditioning just kicked on.
Oh, yeah.
It would change the way our series looks completely.
Absolutely.
Like,
Absolutely.
The truck series, it would change everything. It would change trucks.
Unfortunately, no disrespect, but you wouldn't have your Harrison Burtons, your BJ McLeods.
No. What would be the point of BJ McLeod? Wouldn't even do it now because he's an open team, but he had a charter.
Yeah.
He would be able to afford to hire. That's the other thing. All these smaller teams that come into NASCAR, we've lost a lot of teams. We had Furniture Row go out of business the year after they won the championship.
Yeah.
The model is obviously broken.
No kidding.
And that's all Denny and MJ are saying, that it's not right. It's not fair. It doesn't give the fans a good product. It doesn't give
the teams
the money to put on a good product.
Doesn't give the sponsors.
What incentive does it? I mean, drivers make less money now than they did 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago. I mean,
guess who's making more money? NASCAR.
NASCAR's making way more money. So I don't know. We're gonna get into that, some of the specific things that were talked about by other drivers, but the 4 specific items that teams have been asking for throughout the process were increased revenue from the media package, permanent charters to protect their investment. I mean, it's not 1948 anymore. It costs a lot more money. The teams are investing a lot of personal money into this stuff.
Yep.
The teams want to have a voice in the rules that could raise the cost. That seems fair.
Makes sense to me.
And they want a % of revenue generated from new business opportunities. I don't know what that means, but sounds fair.
Yeah.
I mean, you're wanting to use the Jordan brand, but not let Jordan use your brand? You're wanting to, I mean, the Jordan brand is way more popular than the NASCAR brand.
That's a fact.
1,000% guarantee you that. But they don't want to share it. The new charter agreement, like we said, it has things that you can't sue for antitrust.
Be like, all right, guys, so here's this, charter agreement we're going to give you. It's got all these things in it. Look a little suspicious, right? But if you sign this, you can't sue us for antitrust. Well, I wonder why that's in there. No,
we'll just sign it. It's safe.
I'm sure that means nothing.
Yeah. So 2311 and Front Row Motorsport, they filed an injunction to be allowed to operate under the charter deal while this whole thing plays out in court.
Absolutely. They should get that.
See, I've had some people disagree with that. They're saying, well, Denny's doing this for the money. Absolutely he is.
No kidding.
That is 100%. More money for Denny means a better product for us.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I understand. They want to run into the new charter deal because if you're an open team, you don't make jack crap.
You make nothing.
You make less money to win a race if you're not for a non-charter team than a charter team. So, of course, they want to protect their investment.
Yep.
We don't want big teams to go away. We should want more big teams to come in.
Yeah. Formula One has 8 teams or something like that.
Yeah. But I think absolutely, until this is all hashed out in court and played out, I think it's fair to let them use the charter agreement.
Oh yeah.
They should pay them like they're a charter team. And I think they'll get it. I do. But 2311 and Front Row Motorsports have already said they'll operate next year without it if they have to.
Yeah.
What I did think was interesting that I heard on the Teardown Emergency broadcast last week was that Front Row and 2311 have tried to buy or in the process of buying a charter each, a third charter each, but it's being held up by NASCAR.
Huh.
I think NASCAR was holding it up till they signed and then they were going to approve it, but now they haven't signed, they ain't going to approve it.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll get that charter. Not right now.
No, I don't think they will either.
Even though I'm pretty sure they've already paid for them. I guess Stuart Haas, I wonder if they got a return on it.
Can we get a refund?
I'm going to bring these back to you. Is there a 30-day money-back guarantee on this?
Where's NASCAR customer service?
No, they don't have none. That's that Ray Charles thing we're talking about.
Oof.
See nothing, say nothing, hear nothing.
Do nothing.
So here's what some of the drivers and people of NASCAR have had to say
This will be fun.
about it. Let's start with Denny.
Yeah.
Denny Hamlin said, NASCAR made a serious threat to 2311, so we reacted seriously. I would say so. It's been said that they were told, sign the contract or sign the charter agreement or lose your charter.
I mean, imagine that, like being in a business or something. Like, you have to do this thing that you don't actually really have a choice whether you want to or not. It's either you do it or you're fired. You don't get to look over it or anything like that. No. You either do it or you're done.
That's pretty much what it sounds like they said. So Rick Hendricks said that he was tired of the back and forth with NASCAR. He basically said he was just tired. He felt that NASCAR was giving them all they were going to get, so he signed the agreement.
I mean, yeah, it's Rick Hendricks. It's Rick Hendricks. I mean, what he doesn't have. I mean, he is losing on his NASCAR front, but he's got the money to back it up. So
100%.
He was just done of arguing. He's like, whatever. I mean,
he can't afford to lose his charters either because the rest of his businesses depend on him being a NASCAR team owner.
Yeah. So he was like, you know what? Whatever.
Dealerships, all his businesses would have been in jeopardy. So I understand. I understand the other guy signing too. Yeah. One owner said, this owner was not named. I'll take a guess that Pop probably said this, but this owner was not named. That was purely a guess. But he said that they put a gun to our head and we had to sign.
Yeah. I mean,
how do you not support the team suing over this?
Right.
Even if it's
this is like one of the most shady things that have happened in modern sports.
Yes. I mean, the UFC was screwing their fighters over years and years ago. They had to open their books and they realized their fighters were making peanuts while they were making billions.
Yeah.
And now everybody is happy in that industry. Everybody's getting paid now. I had some negative things that people said. I want to read those a little last.
Okay.
So here is what Richard Childress did say. This was a quote from Richard Childress. He said, "We didn't have a choice but to sign the agreement. Sign the agreement or lose your charters," is what he said. He couldn't take the gamble of losing his charter, and other owners have told him the same thing. Richard couldn't take that gamble. He has a lot of employees who depend on him.
Yep. Just
like I said about Rick Hendrick, same with Joe Gibbs, same with Penske. They have a lot of employees under their umbrella of businesses that depend on them being NASCAR team owners.
Yeah.
So I'm not mad at those guys for signing. Do I think anybody else will join this lawsuit? Absolutely not. No. They've already signed the agreement.
They can't.
Who you might get? There's that one team, the money team, that showed up at Daytona and was all wonky. Yeah, those idiots. Maybe they'll jump on it, but that would be about it.
None of these big guys are jumping in on it.
They can't. They've signed anybody who signed the agreement will not join it unless they can unless Jeffrey Kessler can get them out of their agreement, but I don't see that happening.
Yeah.
William Byron had this to say. He said, "I would like to see our sport be more prosperous."
Yeah, so would we, Willie.
He said, "In watching other professional sports and where we could be, I'm excited for that." There's a driver who's excited about this. I mean, Willie B's like, "I might be able to get off the EBT card. I'll be able to afford groceries this month.
They might be able to call me by my full name."
Yeah, I might get William. Right now, they can't even afford this. It's too many letters. They can't even call me William Byron. It's Willie B. Kyle Larson said, NASCAR is probably the only professional sports where athletes' salaries have gone down in the last couple of decades.
I mean, that's so sad.
You have baseball, NFL, NBA. These players are making hundreds of millions of dollars.
Millions.
That's why we don't have superstars in NASCAR.
Yeah.
We pay them
can't. They can't be superstars.
We pay them like they're working at the 7-Eleven.
They can't afford a house no more than we can.
We have Xfinity drivers who say they do this for free just to have an opportunity to make minimum wage the next year. I just, at this point, honestly, look, there's late model dirt track driver, late model drivers on the dirt series who make more money than our cup drivers do.
That's crazy.
There's sprint car drivers who have no desire to come to NASCAR because they're like, why? I make more money now.
Yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
So let's take a quote from the legendary Mark Martin.
Oof.
Mark Martin said, the way NASCAR is run today is just like the government is run. He's not a fan. He said there's a committee for everything. He said he liked it better when it was just one man making the call because then you just knew what it was.
Yeah.
Now it's a cluster. Mark's not a fan of it.
Mark Martin.
We agree.
We're a fan of you.
Jim France, he did give us a quote.
Oh, yeah, it was real inspirational.
They asked Jim France what he thought about the lawsuit, and Jim said, excited about our championship battles. Looking forward to the race today. End quote.
Such deep insight from old Jim.
Oh, it is. I mean,
it kind of brought a tear to my eye, honestly.
I almost choked up saying it again. It's going to be on posters. You know those inspirational posters you see in offices?
Yeah.
It's going to say, Jim, what do you think about the lawsuit? And then below it, it'll say, excited about our championship battles. Looking forward to the race today. I'm almost inspired to open my own racing series here. Let's see. Larry McReynolds.
Oh, gosh.
Larry Mack said, we have an organization that's been here not even 4 years. That's all of a sudden saying we need to change the way NASCAR has been run.
Go cry me a river, Larry Mack.
Larry, I wasn't hating on Larry Mack until Sunday. And I saw the debacle that we saw at Talladega or Talacrappa, whatever you want to call it. We saw that clown show of a mess. And I'm like, Larry, this is why Denny is suing right here.
Exactly.
100%.
NASCAR could not have given us a better reason to support 2311 in front row than what they gave us Sunday.
I think about going and buying that 2311 T-shirt I was showing you.
Yeah.
I was having a hard time spending $70 on a shirt, but I mean, at this point, if that helps fund the lawsuit, let's roll, boys. I'm good with it. At this point, I want to join the lawsuit.
I know. Let's
How
go.
do I sign up for it?
Let's go.
Ryan McGee. Ryan McGee he used to work for NASCAR, NASCAR.com. Very well respected. I mean, he helped Dale Jr. write his book.
Yep.
I mean, I like McGee. I really do. But he had a moment of stupid. And he said, and in my opinion, he had a moment of stupid. He said on the same day that the NASCAR community teamed up for the Helena aid, two of its teams announced that they'd be suing the sport. Debate the antitrust lawsuit all you want, but there is no debate about the timing. Wait a dang week. You know what, Ron? That was just a stupid hot take. You would have been better off shutting up. Like, I read the comments below when you said that. Nobody goes, yay, Ryan, we agree. No, everybody said you're an idiot. Or it was an idiotic take. I don't think Ryan McGee's an idiot. Actually, I still like McGee. I don't hate him.
At that point, you're just trying to find something to latch on to.
Well, that's what I mean. It's clickbait. Like, Ryan McGee has a lot of followers. I don't understand why he needed the clickbait to try to get people to – I mean, it's like he was trolling people there is what it felt like. But no, Ryan McGee made that comment. Look, 2311 donated $1 million towards the Helene efforts. Am I saying it? Is it Helene? Helena?
I think it's Helene. Hurricane Helene.
However you say it. I don't know why. I don't know who's naming these stupid storms now, but
Milton.
Why can't we have simple names like Smith, Al, Bob, Chris, Daryl? I mean, why do we got to get fancy?
I thought it went in alphabetical order.
A, B, C, D. Yeah. We've had a few out in the middle. We had a Kirk out there in the middle of the ocean do some loop-de-loops. And
oh, really?
What's funny about
I thought they only named the ones that, like, touch down.
No, they named the ones that get over a certain mile per hour.
Oh, okay.
So a lot of the names get wasted out in the middle of the ocean. Maybe we need to change the rules.
Yeah.
If it's no threat to our land, then let some other country name it.
It's time to sue whoever's naming these.
NASCAR. I'm sure it's NASCAR. It's probably their stupid committee. They have a commission. I mean, a caution committee. They probably have a hurricane naming committee. We should just name them after drivers.
Yeah.
Sirius XM. They did an interview with Jeffrey Kessler, the attorney for 2311, then removed it from their replays. So if you wanted to go online and listen to it later, you couldn't. Thankfully, Matt Weaver caught a screen grab of it and played the whole interview for the world to hear because NASCAR
didn't want you to hear it.
I don't know that NASCAR told them to, but allegedly, I'm going to say they did.
It don't look too good.
Look, NASCAR runs that channel. I'm sorry. Those guys, they do what they're told. They never have a original opinion of their own. I mean, it's like, oh, NASCAR said it. It must be right.
Oh, NASCAR.
Oh, Elton Sawyer's the greatest. I mean, we'll have him on every Tuesday to explain all the bad decisions NASCAR made. Like, that's the only reason they have that channel is so they can explain why they did something every week.
Yeah.
So, what do we miss on the lawsuit? Anything?
I don't think so.
Nothing that matters to us that we can think about right now. So,
Yeah.
if we didn't cover it, I'm sure there's another podcast that will. I mean, literally, this is the main talking point on every podcast this week.
Yep.
Except for Denny talked about it more than I thought he would.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't expect him to have a lot to say because he's in the middle of it. So, Talladega, good race, Paul. Let's talk about Talladega. We're like an hour in, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, whatever. I have no idea. It's been an adventure on the recording side today.
That's a fact.
So, I voted no. You voted yes.
I did vote yes.
I voted no because it was a fuel mileage race, and I hate fuel mileage on drafting tracks.
And I voted yes because I thought it was the best Talladega race we've had since this next gen car.
Which ain't a good enough reason for me to vote yes. I just can't get behind that. Like, it's either a good race or it's not. My standards have been lowered because of next gen. I get that, but I went with no. John thought it would be about 80%.
I did.
Turns out he was wrong.
I know. It's been a few weeks.
62% said it was a good race. That's not good.
No.
Talladega makes it onto the big channel of NBC.
500 miles, all recorded live. You don't miss a lap at Talladega.
Never. And it's not even a good race anymore. So, Ricky Stenhouse won. Congratulations.
With an illegal car.
Yeah, I got that in the notes.
Oh, okay.
Congrats to Ricky for winning in an illegal car.
Oh, yeah.
We'll get to that when we get to the NASCAR officiating portion of the show, which is coming up soon because we really don't have a lot to talk about without that. So, let's talk about Daniel Suarez.
Oh, my gosh.
Daniel Suarez.
Can we do What an Idiot this week?
He is what an idiot. I don't know. I didn't listen to all of DBC, so I don't know who their idiot is. Was Daniel Suarez one of them?
I didn't get to that part.
Oh, man, I hope he is. So Daniel Suarez goes a lap down because he has to do a pass-through penalty. He's a lap down. He's by himself out on the track. The cars are hitting him. Instead of going high or low, Daniel just says, "Mi amigo, I'll go in the middle." So he goes in the middle. This didn't work out.
No.
Daniel's just getting left behind.
I mean, they're going 15 miles an hour faster than he is.
Out of nowhere, Daniel's like, "Oh, here comes BJ McLeod."
Whoop!
Turns right into him. Like, honestly, what was going on here, in my opinion, was Daniel Suarez wanted his lap back, so he was trying to cause a wreck. He didn't care who it was. He thought he saw a car with no sponsors in his mirror. He turned right.
This is what was happening. The spotter's going, Daniel, here comes BJ. No one's going to care. No one's going to go.
Well, that's the other part is his spotter didn't say anything. He wasn't telling him he was clear. Daniel Suarez ran out of the little bit of talent that Daniel Suarez has.
Oh, so you're telling me he did that on his own accord?
100%.
Oh, that's even worse, Daniel.
No, this is the worst thing.
That is one of the worst.
Buckshot Jones drove better than Daniel Suarez. And Buckshot Jones couldn't finish a race to save his life.
I could drive better than Daniel Suarez.
At this point, I would have to agree with you. I
might be 30 laps down, but I won't be wrecking nobody.
This was the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Like, when I saw this happen, I was like, what in the world is he doing? Like,
there's no way he just did that.
For one, why is he in the middle of the track? Like, common sense tells you drop to the back, catch the draft, get your lap back on the next caution.
Yeah.
Not cause a caution. Be the caution. I mean, he still didn't get it.
No. In fact, he went another lap down.
Good for him.
That's what he deserved.
Good. I hope Daniel Suarez is the first car out this round.
I mean, that could have been so bad for the rest of the field.
If Daniel Suarez wins the Roval, I will not watch the rest of the season.
I'll quit.
I mean, we'll do this show based off
I hope
of
a
a 10-minute replay.
BJ McLeod wrecks him.
I hope BJ, even if he ain't there, I hope he wrecks him.
Yeah.
It'd be nothing better to see BJ McLeod come running out of the infield in a Ford Ranger and T-bone Daniel Suarez mid-race. That would be the greatest thing ever. That's the only reason I would even say
It was a
go
good
Daniel
race.
Suarez. No, that is just he's by far the worst driver currently in the NASCAR Cup Series because that was the dumbest move I have ever seen while watching NASCAR.
Who does that?
Daniel Suarez. Raise your hand if you're an idiot. Mi amigo. So we have 4 wide. What did you think?
It was cool.
I thought it was really cool for about 2 laps.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't cool anymore because
I mean, look, even we said during the race, well, it kind of looks like a parade.
yeah. I mean, so it's better to watch them run 4 wide than it is single wide around the top the whole race. But at least when they used to run single wide around the top, it wasn't to save gas. It was to save lives.
Save cars.
Yeah, they didn't want to wreck.
They just wanted to make it.
Here, the problem with 4 wide at 40% throttle is it's entertaining to watch for 2 or 3 laps.
Yeah.
After that, you realize they're going 40% throttle because when they're at 100% throttle, they can barely run side by side.
Yeah.
There's no third lane. 100% throttle, you can't get a third lane going in this car.
Nope.
So you know, if you're any kind of NASCAR fan watching this race, which I would say 90% of the people who watch the race are fans, you know what's going on is not reality.
Yeah.
It don't matter how many times the booth tells me how great it is. It's not that
this
great.
Is so impressive.
Not really.
Not really.
They're running half throttle. I mean, I've played video games. If I run half throttle, I cannot wreck too. I'm just saying. I know it's not comparing the video game and the real thing, but I'm just saying, like, these are the most talented drivers in the world. Let's see them do that wide open.
Yeah.
They can't because your car sucks, NASCAR. And you need to be sued. Oh, wait, you are. Haha. Alex Bowman spins Ryan Blaney. But don't worry.
But Bowman he felt really bad.
He did. He felt really bad about it. He's sorry. He hated it. He didn't. That's not what he wanted to do.
I hate that for Blaney so much. I mean, that's one of my competitors, and
no, you don't.
For a
you took him out
with.
You took him out.
I hate that so much.
He don't care.
No,
I don't put this on Bowman either.
No,
I think he's taking all the blame for something that's not even his fault. It's just racing. It's called drafting. You hit somebody, they can either handle it or they can spin out. Mm-hmm. And obviously, Blaney can't take a good hit from the back. He spins out.
Yeah.
I mean, Blaney was mad, but what's new?
Right. I mean, you should be mad.
So, what else we got to talk about from Talladega? Not officiate. 28 cars. The largest wreck in NASCAR history.
Oh, I thought that was going to be part of the officiate. That's kind of what kicks it all off.
That's next.
Oh, okay. Largest wreck in NASCAR. I mean, that was crazy.
Yeah, I mean, we have one more thing. We have Kyle Larson's spotter to talk about before we get into the officiating stuff. But yeah, largest wreck in NASCAR history. The Fords took each other out, ruining their day. Basically, is what happened.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Nobody's at fault here. If you're going to put anybody at fault, it's Austin Cindric. He got out too far.
Yeah.
That's all. That's all he did. And that he wasn't even so far out that it was egregious.
No, it just was too far out for what was about to happen that he didn't know was about to happen. Yeah. So
I don't blame nobody for that, really.
Cindric was having a good day too.
That was a massive wreck though.
That was insane.
Like when it started, you could see cars going down the track and it's like, oh, okay. And it's like they just kept piling in.
Yeah, I was like,
I kept waiting to see people just start going by on the top.
But no one did.
Nobody. You know who won? There's 2 drivers, I think, who won the most out of this deal. First would be Ryan Blaney.
Yep.
Because he was out.
Yeah.
He was out of the playoffs at this point. It was like -7. Another driver was -16 or 15, -15 when this wreck happened.
I think it was 17.
Was it?
I think so.
Sir Dennis Hamlin.
Denny Hamlin on the other side of the track.
By himself. Back there just
cruising. I mean,
sipping a cold soda.
Just kind of accepting his fate. Like,
yeah, his day's over.
My playoff run is done.
He's one-hand driving. Probably texting with his other. I don't think they're allowed to have their phones in their car anymore because Brad Keselowski ruined that one for us. But, it just it really worked out for Denny.
It's a little bit of a redemption story for Denny.
And it was unintentional. And Denny even said, no, this wasn't the plan. It was luck.
Yeah.
It was purely luck. But it worked out. Denny went from being negative 17 to positive 30 at the end of this.
It's insane.
So
it took out 8 playoff drivers?
I think it took, the majority of them were out.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what helped. If you look at the current points now, they would be a lot closer, I think, if everybody would have finished. I mean, now you got, Bell's good by 57, Larson's good by 52, Denny's good by 30.
Byron's good by like 70 something.
He's locked in. Bowman's good by 26, but he was in the wreck. But he got an extra couple minutes to repair his car while the other cars were parked in the back straightaway. Blaney's good now because of this wreck.
What do you mean Byron's locked in? Like, he just has so many points he's locked in?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, he's good. He's already going to the next round. It don't matter. Yeah. It don't matter what he does at Roval. He's good to go. Then we have Kyle Larson's spotter.
Oh, yeah.
Telling him to stop pushing, stop pushing, stop pushing, stop pushing. Do not push him to the win.
Do
stop
not
pushing.
Do
stop
not push.
Pushing.
Do not push. Do not push. Sounded like a broken record.
I don't have a problem with that, actually. I mean, I have a problem with the spotter saying it, but they showed the SMT data. Larson never lifted. If anything, he might have tapped the brake a little bit, but not really. Yeah. Nothing egregious. Now, I don't know. These cars are hard to lock on with each other. So
yeah,
I don't think Larson did anything.
I don't think he
It
doesn't look like it.
If he let off, the SMT data doesn't show it. I mean, NASCAR, I guess, could have manipulated that.
Maybe.
So it don't look like it, but I doubt it. I have more of a problem with the spotter saying it than I do what happened on the track. I don't feel like Larson did anything. I think by the time the spotter started saying it, he's probably like, why would I let off?
Yeah, right.
And by the time it registered in his brain, I mean, he's got like 10 feet to go.
Yeah, you're already there.
I think maybe if the spotter wasn't saying it, maybe he would have been able to maybe he would have been able to tap him in. I don't know. But at the end of the race, Brad went up to Larson and was like, thanks for the push, bud. And then he heard the in-car and he's like, thanks for not pushing me, bud.
Ooh, yeah, I mean,
it's just a bad look.
Right. Like, imagine being Brad and just be like, oh, okay, thanks, guys.
I think it's a bad look for the sport. I mean, back in the day, yeah, you didn't help push a different manufacturer until the end. It didn't. Nothing mattered but where you finished at.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
It's like, because back when we used to go to Talladega, it was like, you'd have Joey Logano and Chase Elliott locked up on each other.
Well, Jeff Gordon pushed Joey Logano to a win one time over Dale Jr.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was Jeff. It's either Jeff or Jimmy.
I think it was Jeff.
I know Dale Jr.'s teammates screwed him more on restrictor plate or drafting tracks than any other driver's teammates ever screwed him. Jimmy did it to him. Jeff did it to him. I mean, I
thought we were teammates.
Well, they were so scared of Dale Jr. winning another restrictor plate race. I mean, the dude won like every one of them for 3 years in a row. I mean, because he was good. Back then, there's people watching who don't know what we're talking. Back then, you had to race hard. And good races, you had to be good at these tracks. You couldn't just show up and qualify and finish.
Used to.
Took talent.
Yeah. Used to, if you got out front, you could stay out front.
I'm salty today. If y'all can't tell, I'm pretty salty. I've been salty since Sunday.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous. NASCAR I'm going to have to stop watching. They keep ruining my weekends. All right, officiating time.
Here we go.
This is where you should have your Ray Charles glasses on. I can't see what's going on.
Wait, I got it. All right.
So, I mean, that's how it worked. You got Stevie Wonder and Ray Charles called this race this weekend.
Let's do this.
DVP.
Oh, my God.
What did I say on this show last week?
Well, what did we say? Well, it was something along the lines. Well, if it was Chase Elliott, I guarantee you they'd change the rule.
On the fly.
And guess what?
They changed the rule on the fly.
With Chase Elliott. Oh my gosh. So
I told y'all. You knew it was coming this week. I told you last week, and it came true. Chase Elliott stuck in the grass. The car looked like whack-a-mole had been played on all four corners. And then they hooked Chase Briscoe up, and they're like, whoa, wrong Chase, tower to tow truck, wrong Chase. We said Chase Elliott. That's Briscoe. Drop him. But it was too late. It was too late.
Cut the cables.
Then they're like, well, grab Burton too while you're over there. Let's pull them back. They let these idiots pull these cars back, work on them, and go back out on the track. Josh Berry didn't have a scratch on his car. His wreck sensor, whatever they made up last week, registered at a .02 that he was in an earthquake.
Look, Josh Berry looks like he just got off the hauler.
Yeah, Josh Berry didn't break a sweat last week.
Chase Elliott is missing part of his car.
That's a fact. But they towed Chase back. They towed both Chases back and Harrison Burton back. Let them work on their car and let them continue. Then this idiot Elton Sawyer. Elton Sawyer is like the press secretary for the Biden administration. He don't do nothing but bin line. That's all. Sawyer bin line. That's his new nickname. Sawyer bin line. Because all he does is lie. He goes out and says, well, we wanted to err on the side of competition. So we went in favor of the drivers this week. But the rule hasn't changed any. We just changed it.
But I thought we were sticking to the rule, Elton.
No, we're not.
I thought that's what you said last week, is we're sticking to the rule.
I wouldn't even be mad if they would have stuck to the rule.
Okay.
The rule sucks. The rule's stupid, apparently, because we don't know what – the crew chiefs in the garage have no idea what the rule is to this day.
Okay, so –
take your glasses off now, Ray Charles.
We're still in the officiating section. So I get home Sunday night, so I didn't get to finish the race live. So I get home, and you tell me start back 20 to go, you're not missing nothing. So I'm watching, the wreck happens, and I'm over here thinking they're towing all these cars are out, all these playoff drivers are out of the race. This is crazy. And you're like, no, just watch. And I'm like, are they hooking up Chase Briscoe? They're towing him back, right? And you're like, no. And I'm like, and so then they show a clip of them towing someone back to the pits. And I'm like, who? And I'm trying to figure out who it is because they all got different paint schemes every week. And I'm trying to figure out who it is. And you go, who is that? And I said, there ain't no way. That's Chase Elliott. Like, that's Chase Elliott.
I told you. I made him sit through the red flag and watch it because I couldn't believe it. At that point, it was a no for me. I voted no. I had already made up my mind to vote no because that was keep the rule the way they said all week. We're not changing the rule. The rule is what the rule is. We're not changing it, period.
Then they changed it.
And then they changed it because Chase Elliott, Golden Boy, HMS. No, I don't show favoritism. Yeah, you do. You show a lot of favoritism. HMS drivers get more favorites, and I'm an HMS fan, but they get more favoritism than any other driver on the track.
Yeah.
And then here you go. You changed the rule on the fly for Chase Elliott, just like I said last week.
I can't.
It's almost annoying to me that I was right.
I could not believe it when they were towing Chase back.
I want to be wrong.
And it was the first car they showed towing back to pit road 2. I was like, you can't make this up.
Josh Berry was not happy with this. He's like, Bob, what do you think? What do you think, Bob?
They better not be towing those cars back to the pits now because that would be against the rules,
He
right?
said you got the 42 car over there doing donuts, throwing rubber and dirt up on the safety workers trying to get out because they don't want to get hooked up. Used to bring I seen Dale Earnhardt get out of the ambulance to get in a beat-up car because he could drive it back.
Yeah.
Now because these stupid tires on this stupid car, you have a stupid 1 hour red flag for tow trucks. NASCAR is so stupid. It's just a bunch of idiots with too much money making stupid rules trying to make regular people unhappy. I'm unhappy. I'm ranting. I don't want to rant. I don't want to be unhappy.
I don't want to.
I wish I did. Jeff Gluck wrote an article. I wish I didn't know. I wish I didn't know anything I know about NASCAR because I might have enjoyed Talladega.
Yeah.
But because I know the rules, I know how good it used to be, I know what's going on because I know anything about NASCAR. I know it sucked.
Yeah, I mean, okay. So you say an hour red flag. It really wasn't an hour red flag. It was red for a little bit and then yellow.
Well, the toe or not to toe.
To toe or not to toe.
Yeah,
So
Chase Briscoe's crew chief's like, don't let them take you out of that car. Put your hand over that latch. Don't let them take you out. Whatever you do, don't let them take you out. I can see them getting in there and cutting him out of the car, cutting the roof open to get him out of the car because they don't want to tow him back.
Sorry, Briscoe, you gotta go.
So yeah, so there was that. Then NASCAR lifts the red flag. As they lift it, they go, "Oh, hold up, pace car. We're not done cleaning up. Just
Stop
stay
moving.
there."
Stay put.
They didn't put the red flag back out. They just left the yellow flag out. So the guys on pit road, Bowman, those guys, they got to start working on their car immediately.
I mean,
how's that fair?
It's not. It is not fair.
We're deciding championships off this crap.
Well, I mean, we've got Talladega on the round of 4 next year, so
I don't even care anymore.
It's ridiculous. I mean, it is laughable. I mean, I don't think NASCAR could have screwed up any worse than they did.
There's no way.
Like, they could not have gotten it more wrong.
You couldn't have tried.
And we're not even done. There's still more to go.
I mean, in 76 years, NASCAR has never pulled the red flag and put the yellow flag out and then held the pace car to hold the drivers up for a minute.
Literally.
It's like a minute or two.
Happened. Never has happened. Ever.
That's why it's such a big deal.
Not one time. This is the first.
Somebody suggested that maybe NASCAR should not be in charge of the officiating crew. Maybe it should be a third party, somebody not owned by NASCAR. And at this point, I don't disagree.
I know, like NASCAR is making such a fool out of themselves with their officiating.
Exactly. So, like Jim France is the Grand Poobah, whatever. I mean, the CEO, but he is the do all, say all, make all decisions. I mean, right now, the officiating crew, they have a wreck on the track, and they're calling Jim France like, "Hello, Mr. France, sir. What am I allowed to do here? Can I make a decision? Oh, you need to make a phone call and call somebody? Okay, I'll hold."
It's ridiculous.
It's exactly how it probably goes. That's the sham of it all. And who gets screwed? The fans. The fans get screwed every time. The teams are getting screwed. The fans are getting screwed. The drivers are getting screwed. Everybody's getting screwed except Jim France and NASCAR. Oh, I'm mad. I mean,
Today's been a day.
Everything has just been a day. So let's talk about Ricky Spinhouse. Ricky Spinhouse won the race in what I call an illegal car. The foam was missing from his door. NASCAR, with their Ray Charles glasses on over here, they didn't see the door missing foam. It's only on national TV.
I mean, literally, you watch Brad hit him, and you're like, man, that's a hole in his door.
And you got Elton Ben Lyon comes out, and he's like, oh, we didn't see nothing. How many times NASCAR used that excuse this year?
Oh, my gosh.
How many people y'all got on the payroll? 3?
I mean, seriously, like, you see it. But I watched the whole restart, you see it the entire time.
It's just.
He gets into victory lane. There's a hole in his door.
There's no excuse for the crap that we got Sunday from the officiating crew. I mean, the only reason I know it's a rule that you have to have the foam is because Dale Jr. got taken out of a race at Bristol one time when a can opener went down the side of his door and all the foam went flying out. They couldn't fix the car and put him back out because of the missing foam blocks.
Yeah.
Well, now we got Ricky Stenhouse out here winning a race, goes through post-race inspection, and NASCAR's like, there's no hole in this door. We see nothing.
There ain't no hole. I don't know what you're talking about. There ain't no hole.
There's a big gaping hole with foam missing. That's what every shot photo for the rest of NASCAR's history will show this god-awful mistake they made again.
Yep. And that wasn't the only one.
They're not the only cheaters out there. I don't consider it. That's not Ricky's fault.
No.
That ain't cheating, but it is breaking the rules.
He should have been pulled out.
He should have went down pit road and at least had to attempt to fix it.
Yeah.
If I don't know how the rule really reads, we'll have to wait till Bob Pockers puts it out, but they should have made him. He shouldn't have won the race, period.
No.
No ifs, ands, or buts about it. I don't care if it adds another 15 seconds to your already 73-minute long caution.
But Who else shouldn't have won the race is second place, Brad Keselowski.
Yeah, the RFK cars apparently. So NASCAR, we talked about the shark fins on the windows last week. Well, they didn't put them on the front window because it did obstruct the view of the drivers. And to err on the side of competition, we decided not to block the driver's view. But okay, Ricky Bobby.
They still put it down the right side of the car.
Yeah, it went on the roof and the back window.
Yep.
No cars flipped. Cindric tried to flip a few times, but he kept ping-ponging around. Thankfully, Hemrick was driving around wide open and was able to help prevent him from spinning over.
Yeah.
But at the end of the race, both RFK cars show up without these. They're gone.
They're not there.
The strips are gone. These strips cause drag. These strips slow the car down. Whose car didn't have them? Brad and Ricky.
Not Ricky.
Not Ricky.
Chris Buescher.
6 and 17.
Yeah.
I'm so flustered. I need you to navigate my bad thoughts.
Don't worry.
I'm just trying not to cuss over here. That's my goal. It's been my goal all episode. Don't cuss today. We should put a big sticker on the wall. It says don't cuss.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, and you know, at NASCAR, they're like, we didn't see that either.
Look, that's why I'm wearing these official NASCAR official.
It's like NASCAR, that movie Bird Box. It's like everybody in NASCAR did the Bird Box challenge at Talladega because they missed literally every single call. It looked worse than the referees at a Chiefs game. Like they're just missing crap, right? You got missing parts, missing pieces, cars with holes in it. And then Elton been lying out there like, I don't see nothing. Jim France, what do you see? I see a great playoff race. We're going to have a great season. Elton been lying. You just keep up the great work. Get on out there and tell them how great we are, Elton. I mean, when Elton can retire and go be the press secretary for the president at this point because he told it. He don't even know. He wouldn't know the truth if it bit him in the butt. I don't even like Elton. Sorry. What's he ever done? He won, 2 Xfinity races? Woo-hoo-hoo. I'll take him. We go out back right now. I meet him at Applebee's. I meet you at Applebee's. If you want to meet at Applebee's, let's meet at Applebee's. Yeah. I'll throw down in the parking lot. And I still won't cuss. The show ain't over. So
yeah. I don't know, man.
I got to breathe. You talk for a minute.
It's just, I don't even have anything to say. Like, there's nothing to say that we haven't already said. I mean, it's just repeating the same crap over and over. It's just fully on display this week.
Y'all done made him mad.
Yeah.
Y'all get John worked up.
It's I can't even be worked up anymore because I
am.
Yeah.
I'm worked up enough for the both of us.
Can't be both of us.
Between the recording issues and the stupid idiots at NASCAR, I don't even know what to think.
It's just a shoe. It's the same crap. And I mean, we go over the past 2 weeks, then it comes out they're being sued for antitrust and monopoly and because they suck. And then they're just like, oh yeah, well, you're right, we do suck. So let's just fully suck this week.
I mean, when the lawsuit came out, I'm like, oh, they're going to be harder on Denny Hamlin. But no, because that would look bad to the lawyers. So
I thought they were going to clean it up.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I thought this would be probably one of the cleanest officiated races too.
But in fact, it is the worst one in NASCAR history. I have not ever seen a more poorly officiated race.
Like I said, I want to sue NASCAR. After Talladega, I want to sue. If you're a lawyer and you're listening to this podcast and you can think of a way we can sue NASCAR, I will be glad to go in with you. Give me a call. The podcast will sue NASCAR. They've ruined my day.
Yeah.
They've made my blood pressure rise. Can we sue for that? I mean, I heard the DBC, they're not happy. I don't know what Dale Jr. thinks about it. I'll listen to that later, but
yeah.
We know nobody's happy with this. And it's just, you missed it again. How many times, who's going to hold NASCAR accountable? That's why we got to sue them. Somebody needs to hold NASCAR accountable for the crap. Look, when they sent Denny Hamlin's motor back to L.A. to be torn down, that was an accident. Somebody missed the little tag on it and sent the wrong motor back. What did NASCAR do? They penalized the heck out of them. NASCAR misses blatant displays of rules being broken on the track. And they do nothing and they go, oh, we made a mistake. We're sorry. Please forgive us. We're stupid. And what do? We forgive them. because we have no other choice. Nobody
all we
holds
can do.
NASCAR accountable.
Yep.
And until you hold them accountable, nothing will change. All right. That's it. They done screwed everything up. We've talked about
it all. Oh, man.
We got a Roval this weekend.
So just another crap show.
Yeah, SMI screwed the Roval up. They saw how fast the cars were going through the corners, and they said, let's make these corners a little sharper.
Yep. Oh, let's make it a little tighter too, so they can't pass. It's not like we already can't pass this car, but
let me tell you why I think SMI made changes to the Roval. Because fans agree the Roval has run its course. There's a large group of fans saying, please remove the Roval from the schedule.
Let's go back to the oval.
So SMI's like, ooh, one more gimmick. One more gimmick. Might want them to keep it. If we can have just a few more cautions, they might want to keep the Roval around.
Less cautions. Less.
We're tired of cautions, dude.
We don't want more.
Look, Marcus, quit. Just quit while you're ahead, bro. Quit while you're ahead. What you're about to give us Sunday is most likely going to have my blood pressure up again next Tuesday when we record.
Yep.
There's people on Twitter who expect 30-plus cautions this weekend. Do you know how long it'll take the NASCAR Jim France committee to do a caution with 30 cautions?
We ain't going to finish the race till Tuesday.
We're going to have the first 24 hours of Roval. It's going to be the 24 hours of Charlotte at the Roval.
I mean, I don't know, man.
It's going to be the same amount of laps.
I don't know.
Nobody knows. Nobody knows what to expect. I'm expecting a clown show. I'm expecting a disaster. I would like to be pleasantly surprised, but
we might smash the overtime record just with this one race.
I think we will. Playoffs so far: Logano's 13 out, Soares is 20 out. Cindric is 29 out. Briscoe is 32 out. Do you see any of those four drivers making it?
Maybe Logano might be the only one, but he's got some tough competition.
So who do you take out? Elliott, Reddick, Blaney, Bowman, Hamlin, Larson, Bell.
I mean, going to the Roval, Elliott maybe.
Elliott's won the Roval.
I know. That's what I mean. Like
it's been a
rough.
It was a generation a car ago, but
yeah. But
Elliott dominated road courses in the last gen.
Reddick's kind of been getting it rough, so maybe Reddick.
I think Logano, Soares, Cindric, Briscoe, they're the four out.
I hope so.
I don't think that changes.
I don't want it to.
It could, though. I mean,
it's the Roval, our wild card playoffs. This championship playoff format has basically been, just spin this wheel and that's going to be your champion.
It was like the Actions Detrimental podcast this week. The Roval! We could do better.
Yeah.
NASCAR can do a lot better. NASCAR can do so much better than what they're doing.
Yeah.
But they won't.
So
that's it.
Show's over.
Great weather this weekend. The Roval's 2 p.m. on Sunday. Don't miss it. We'll be here on Tuesday to complain about it because I don't think we're going to be happy.
Oh, wait, we're done with our NASCAR officiating.
All right, Ray Charles, you can take your glasses off. No, that's all I got. You got anything else this week?
No.
See, he's mad. Y'all done made him mad. Like, way to go. You have made a 40-year-old man mad and a 17-year-old man mad. So if you're trying to figure out which fan base you're attracting, it must be the old dead people or the toddlers. The only ones are dead people and toddlers are the only ones who enjoy what you're putting out. I know 62% said they enjoyed Talladega, but they're lying. They didn't. So do better. Okay, I'm done. No more complaining.
Anyways.
Thanks to everybody who listens and watches the show, shares us on social media each week. We greatly appreciate it. Make sure you follow us on X. We're at Car Backwards. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and check out all our videos. Wherever you listen at, make sure to rate, follow, and review us. When you leave us a review like Brandon and Sydney did, it helps other people find the show, and then they can listen to us complain and see if they agree with us. So by all means, leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, please. Maybe we should start reading them. Yeah. Give us make sure you subscribe on YouTube Music also. That's the new one we're on. If you feel the need to email us, you can email us at racecarbackwardspod@gmail.com. I will read those on the show, and I will respond to you. And last but not least, make sure to check out Designs by Sydney. She will take care of all your graphic designs needs. Other than that, we'll see you guys after the Roval. I hope you have a great week. If you're in the path of this hurricane, stay safe. But we'll see you later, guys. Bye.